everybody. So today I'm going to again showing you guys how I make some press-on nails. These are the nails that I prefer right here. I'm going to just show you all the items that you'll need. Here are the press-on nails. You'll also need this little stand right here to actually make the press-on. Right there, I'll probably use both of them. Well, there's 3 in here. I'll probably just use 2. Alright, you're going to also need your dehydrator, your primer. You do not need these 2 per se, but I use those because it helps my nails last a really long time. You're going to need a file of some sort. And some nail glue. I don't typically like this. Well, I guess it may be the same as the type that come in this kit right here, because these kits, which I have several of, I could just use those and show y'all how I do them. But I just want to show you how I make them, because this is what I do a lot of the times. So those are the items that you absolutely need. You're also going to be needing the tacky putty to attach the actual tip to the stand so that you can paint and do all that on the nail. You're going to be needing some polish, which I have right here. And a lot of this stuff, this, and this, I got off Amazon. You can get all of these things from Amazon. I think I got this from Amazon as well, but it's been a long time, so I'm not sure. But this definitely came from Sally Beauty. But all of these things you can get online from Amazon. FYI, you're gonna need a nail clipper. I do have different types of nail clippers, but the one that I actually have near me right now is my cuticle nipper, because I was prepping my nails already. And I think that's the also, since this is gel polish, you'll be needing a lamp. You don't have to use a lamp, so I won't show that. And so let's get started, you guys. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, this is a size what, 9, I'm thinking, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and size my nails out, size up each hand. Alright, this fits my pinkies really well. Usually I write down which ones fit my hand. I have not. And now I have this video to remind me, so that's great. That's a 9, a 2. I don't believe I can fit a 2. You kind of, after a while, you can kind of gauge which ones will work for you. This is a 6. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and size up my nails and everything, and I'll be back, y'all. Okay, y'all. So now that I've got all my nails sized, but when you sizing your nails, you want to make sure that the tip goes, the nail goes from side to side, but that is not too big. This one goes from each side to the other side, but it's not actually on my skin. So that's what you want. Alright. So I know that they all fit that way, so I'm going to go ahead and shape it, because even though I like the shape of this nail, there's nothing wrong with the shape that it is, but I want mine just to be a little more tapered here. So I'm going to go ahead and file. So just kind of go like, see, that's the part, that's the reason why you want to do do these ahead of time, because it's not the easiest. And I'm new to filing and doing all this stuff on camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape my nails, and when I'm done shaping them, I'll be back. Okay, y'all. At this point, I've already shaped the nail, and I've put the putty on each of the pegs on the stands, and you're just going to place the actual tip on the stands. And you kind of want to leave a little space at the top and the bottom, that way you can actually pull them off. I've buffed the one on the right. Now I'm going in on the left side. I'm just going to buff them all, make sure they are smooth, and you just want to make sure you have no shining parts. If you see anything shiny, you just want to go ahead in there and buff everything out, and make sure that you're going to have something to grip to, because if you do not do this step, I promise you those nails are so smooth that you're going to be able to polish them. Sometimes, depending on what type of polish you have, it actually won't grip. It'll just kind of slide around on it. I've had that happen, but that also meant my polish wasn't the greatest. However, you want to make sure you're buffing, because that gel polish needs something to grip to. It's going to adhere to that nail so much better, and you'll have much less, how should I say, the odds are much smaller that you will not have any lifting if you do it this way. Because if you don't, you're taking such a big risk in your polish cracking, chipping, or actually just peeling all the way off of the actual nail. Trust me, I've done it. It is not fun, I promise you. Because it'll happen at the very worst time. And I'm just kind of going back and forth, making sure I'm hitting all the spots, because, even with that light on the nail, it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing, especially when I have that light down. So you just want to make sure all of it is evenly buffed. That way you won't have basically a good nail, and then you have some bad spots within the nail. So I don't know what I had that little packet pulled out for, but it was there. Okay, so I've gone ahead and buffed them all. I think I polished one of my the stands off camera, and what I did was I took those little cotton rounds right there, and I just went ahead and wiped off all the dust to make sure there won't be anything interfering with my polish being as smooth as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I polish all of the nails. Give it a nice even layer. And you want to, it don't have to be too thick. You definitely don't want it to be thick. You want to give it a nice even layer, so that when you cure, you're going to have, you won't have any bubbles or lumps in areas that are not actually fully cured, because the top layer will cure. If you have too much polish, it's still going to cure the top layer. However, the bottom layer will still be as loose and runny as any kind of polish. You don't want that to happen. Trust me, it will peel off, and that polish will be so wet underneath, and you'll be dealing with a big old hole in your gel polish. Again, it's happened to me. So that's just one of my tips. And you see how I'm tilting that stand. Try not to tilt your stands when you are polishing, because it will cause your polish to actually run into the onto the end. And right there, I was showing you how if you overflow these if your gel polish overruns on the sides, it will flow onto the putty, and you don't want that polish there, because once that polish cures, it's going to cure to the putty. Now again, it will, I know, because it's happened to me, but you can just easily just peel it off and just file and clip off the excess polish once it's cured, but you really don't want to have to deal with that. And you want to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds each layer. At this point, I've already gone off camera and did my second layer of polish, and right here I'm going to go ahead and do my top coat by gelling. And I really like this top coat. Only thing is the little kind that I get off Amazon, they are so tiny. I mean, you see how little that looks in my hands. And my hands are big, but those bottles are extremely small. And this time, again, you want to make sure that you're giving nice, even coats. Just want to do what you have to do. At this point, the Laguna Moon polish I used, it was tacky. And this gel on top coat is a no wipe top coat, so that makes it really easy, because once you go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds, actually I cure all mine for 60 seconds, just to make sure that I don't have any of those bubbles and stuff inside of my polish. So again, I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds, but the recommended amount is 30 seconds. And then I'll be back and ready to pop these suckers on. And there we are, back and ready to pop these suckers on. Well, no, first I've got to go ahead and dehydrate. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get my I'm going to get my isopropyl alcohol first, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe my nails off just to kind of clean them, make sure I don't have any dust or debris on my nail. That way nothing will get in the way or interfere with the nail adhering to the glue on my finger. So just gonna make sure I get them all good and dehydrated, and make sure they're dried off before you move on to the next step, which is the dehydrator, and that is by IBD. I got that from Amazon. And just one coat that I'm going in there with my No Lift Nails primers. I got that from Amazon as well. Just need one coat. I don't like to have it wet, so I'll go ahead and let it dry. And that's what I'm saying there. I'm going to let that dry and then come back. They have gone ahead and dried, y'all. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and take the nails off. I promise you those tips will not come off as easy as it looks there, because I've gone ahead and taken them off and put them back on the stands, just to, for the sake of the video, because I just didn't want it to be entirely too long. So I took them off and put them back on just so they come off easier. But I did have one or two nails that were cured to the putty. I took the nail off. I just went along the rim of the nail and clipped off the excess polish that was cured there, and then I just went and I filed it all down, and it was simple as that. And so I'm done with those little stands now. I'm going to go in with my glue and start attaching the nails. So right here, I'm going to start in the, first this is the LA Colors nail glue. That nail glue came out of one of my nail kit I showed you guys earlier. And see how my nail has a dip there, how it goes for the base is low and on the tip is high. I always have a well in the center of my nail, so I try to start in the center and I'll work my way out to the edges, because only the perimeter, like I'm showing you there, only the perimeter of my nail really attaches to the fake nail. So I just make sure that I have some in there, try to get as much in the center and spread it out, but it never really has anything adhere to that center. It's always smooth when I take my nails off. So it's just the way it is. So that was the reason why I used to use my poly gel or acrylic, but because the bottom of the nail is so smooth, it doesn't attach. It really works as if it's a, what do I call it? It works as if it's a dual nail form. Like when you pop it, you put it on your nail, and once it dries, you pop off the top layer of the nail. You got a smooth nail under the bottom. That's what usually happens when I use acrylic or poly gel to adhere these nail, I don't know what you call them, full nails or whatever. And so there I'm just kind of pressing it in, making sure it's all aligned good, trying to make the center actually adhere to my real nail bed, but it's just not going to happen. I've had it where I've pressed it too hard before and it'll split right in that center because it's hollow. You don't want to do that at all. And I'm just holding the nail, trying to press it down on the sides, making sure that, it's going to actually adhere all around the nail. That way no water or oils can slide underneath the nail. You want to make sure that everything is sealed in really well, and that's what's going to help you help your nails last so much longer, is the application. You have to make sure that you buff your nail, which I don't know if I said that to you guys, but I did all that off camera. I buffed, filed, and I pushed my cuticles back and all that. I even gave myself like a very mini manicure. So again, I'm just starting in the center of my nail here, y'all. Trying my best to get some height with that doggone glue, but it is what it is. And I'm just going to steady that finger that I'm placing that nail on with my other hand. That way when I press down on it, it won't lower on me, and because that happens sometimes, and you'll have the glue will start getting sticky and tacky, and that can make for an ugly finished nail, even though you may have polished it and perfectly. If you got glue on it, it's just going to be an ugly nail. You're going to have to buff it again, and if you get it on the glue on your skin, then you got to try to get that off, and that sometimes can cause your nail to lift in the process of trying to get that glue off. If it happens, just take you a nail file or a buffer and buff that glue or file that glue off of your skin as gently as possible. It works so much faster than trying to wash it off or pick it off, because that could be dangerous. So yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of these off camera. And here I am back with the finished nails. How do you guys like them? I think they turned out so cute. They really look like real nails. People really did not know that they were not acrylics. I love them. This was like a lavender purple, but it kind of coming off pink on camera, but it's actually like a pastel lavender. I got these polishes for Easter. Make sure you remember that these are not real acrylics. Don't go do all that tapping and scratching and stuff and acting like you got real acrylics. So, and because of that, I'm going to use my lotion instead of using cuticle oil, y'all. Y'all know that cuticle oil gets into every nook and cranny, and you just really don't need to do that. Well, you can do it, but I don't advise it, because that stuff will get all in there and your nails will be coming up, and you just don't want to chance it. You want to kind of use gloves when possible, and have your hands in water, like make it like as little as possible. I mean, of course, you're going to wash your hands throughout the day, the normal things you do, but other than that, just try to keep your hands out of water, wear gloves when possible, y'all. I really, really, really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I just like bringing things to you guys that I do for myself. And this is one of the things I do for myself. I do acrylics for myself, but like I said, it's very time consuming, and I just don't like giving the effort and the time to it, y'all. I really think they came out good. Unfortunately, my nails never look as good on camera as they do in person. I'm just trying to wipe off some of that lotion, y'all. And I think they turned out, like I said, amazing. If you guys like this, if you like this type of video and want more like this, I will definitely do more and that have actual designs. I just kind of want to give you the basics and start off with just the nail and polish, and what I use to form them, and how I do that without actually having them on my nails. That way I don't have to worry about polish and stuff. All right, guys, bye.